There was a time when Suguru Geto was not a villain. There was a time when he was the best person in the entire Jujutsu world. He was the best friend of Satoru Gojo, the strongest sorcerer alive. Together they were the most powerful duo Jujutsu High had ever produced. Two young men who genuinely believed they could make the world better. Gojo had the power, Geto had the heart. He was a special grade sorcerer, one of only 4 in the entire world, with an ability unlike anyone else. He could absorb cursed spirits and store them inside his body. Thousands of curses, all under his complete control. He was essentially an army walking in the body of one person, but beyond the power. Geto was kind, he was calm, he was the person that Gojo, who could never truly connect with anyone, actually opened up to. He believed in protecting non-sorcerers. He believed that sorcerers existed to carry a burden so that ordinary people could live safely. He was the hero, until one mission destroyed everything he believed in. The mission was called the Star Plasma Vessel Assignment. Gojo and Geto were sent to protect a young girl named Riko Amanai. She was innocent, she was kind, and she was going to die because the Jujutsu world had decided her death was necessary. Geto protected her with everything he had. He fought for her life. And then she was killed anyway, right in front of him. And the people who killed her, ordinary non-sorcerers connected to a cult, celebrated her death. They cheered, they laughed, over the body of an innocent girl that Geto had promised to protect. That moment cracked something inside him that never healed. Because it was not just that mission, it was every mission before it. Every time he watched a sorcerer, someone with real power and real sacrifice,
虎杖、みんなに伝えて。悪くなかった。
die protecting people who did not even know sorcerers existed, people who would never say thank you, people who would never even know the name of the person who gave their life for them. The question started quietly. Why do sorcerers have to die for people who cannot even see the curses threatening them? Why does power come with this kind of suffering? Why does no one ever ask if this system is even fair? The breakdown was slow. It was not one moment. It was 1,000 small moments that nobody noticed. Not even Gojo. Until it was too late. Geto Suguru reached a conclusion that made complete logical sense and was completely terrifying. If curses are born from the negative emotions of non-sorcerers, then the simplest solution is to remove non-sorcerers entirely. Create a world where only sorcerers exist. No ordinary humans, no negative emotions, no curses. He called them monkeys. The people he once dedicated his life to protecting, he now saw as the source of all suffering in the world. He built an army of thousands of cursed spirits. He declared war on the Jujutsu establishment. He was expelled from Jujutsu High and became the most dangerous enemy the sorcerer world had ever faced. But here is the truth that changes everything. Geto Suguru is actually dead. He was killed. His body, his face, was taken over by an ancient and incredibly powerful curse named Kenjaku. This curse has the ability to enter a dead human body by transplanting its own brain inside the corpse. And it chose Geto specifically, because Geto's body carried the rarest and most powerful curse absorption technique in existence. Everything you see Geto do in the later story, every evil plan, every manipulation, every horrifying act, that is not Geto. That is Kenjaku wearing Geto's face like a mask, using his body as a weapon. The real Geto was already gone. The villain you hated was never really him. Geto Suguru was not born evil. He was a person who cared so deeply, who felt the weight of every sorcerer death so personally, that the world eventually crushed him under that weight. Gojo Satoru saved the Jujutsu world. He protected his students. He fought the strongest enemies alive. He gave everything he had to keep people safe. But he could not save Geto, the one person who mattered most, the one person who needed saving the longest. He was never just a villain, he was a hero who the world broke first. Subscribe to Peak Anime, because this is where the real stories get told. Only Peak, never mid.